Hello there guys. Today I just want to talk about how to jungle as a newbie, what your first paths should be like on your first jungling run-throughs, and some more advanced things as well. Well, not necessarily more advanced things, just important things that you need to know, for such as different dragon types, how they affect the game, and the different fruit types, and most importantly, you're clear. Now I'm just doing this in a random little bot game because I just want to sort of show this as a tutorial, but this should also show you that you don't need to actually have a pull from bot lane to clear jungle. It is completely doable just by yourself, especially with like a champion with a very efficient clear like Master Yi. So right, so after clearing red buff, I'm going to clear the Krugs, the rock minions down at the bottom. And I use my smite on the big one because using smite on the big one will gain you some health, which will allow you to clear the rest of the jungle. Right, so then I'm going to clear the chickens. Chickens can be a bit rough early on. It's just a lot of them, they do a lot of damage when they're all, you know, in the group. But going to clear that, no real issues. And make my way over to the wolves. So since I didn't get a pull though, I will have to use my W here. Normally you wouldn't have to use your W here and you'd be able to preserve some mana for when you fight blue buff. But that's not the case for this time, so pop my E whenever I go into these fights to give me the little damage boost. And I can use my Q as well to dodge the creep attacks, preserving my health a little bit. So just gonna clear wolves here, sort of situate myself up towards the blue buff so I can get here all nice and quick. And then clear the blue buff. So I have plenty of mana going into this, and I have plenty of health going into this, so I shouldn't need to use smite on it. And I can instead use smite on the toad. So I'm gonna dodge that attack. I don't know if I actually made it, but whatever, there you go. Dead. Now since I have blue buff, I'm just gonna use W again to be safe on this toad fight, because the toad can be like sort of the second intimidating thing. I mean, look at him, he's very fat. So, gonna clear Toad. Use Smite to do a bit of damage and heal myself up. And there, Toad's dead. So, that is pretty much your first clear. After that, I'm going to get Riftskull over here, who should be coming right towards my way. How convenient. Timing is perfect. So yeah, about 4 minutes, 10 seconds in. If you're on bot, then hey, you're going to have Riftskull coming towards you. I mean, really, both lanes. So I'm going to look towards mid. I might be able to get a gank off here. Except Annie's kind of pushed, so I could try to come around the top side here. Never mind. Alright, this is just wasting my time, so I'm going to leave and go and try to gank top instead. And if I can't gank top, which looks like I can't, I can just try to steal the enemy's Krugs as well. Although the enemy's Krugs might either be dead or gone in a real game. So this is not necessarily the most reliable thing. If they are dead or gone, then you'd look to gank again, or you can just, you know, go back. You want to have about 1,000-ish gold, a bit over that, on your first back, so you can buy everything that you would ever want on your first back, really. Alright, so that's that cleared, and so I'm going to back. And you can see that dragon has spawned. You want to always be pressing tab to check your timers. So I'm going back with about 1,300 gold. Going to get my upgraded smite and boots and a dagger. Right. So you want to get upgraded smite pretty much immediately on your first back, because this allows you to use your smite on enemy heroes for a pretty big bonus. So the blue one slows them down, the red one makes them take increased damage. So on my second clear, first thing I'm going to want to do is clear the rock guys again, and then just sort of make my way back up. I have 40 seconds till red buff is up, so that's all good. Should be able to clear dragon before my red buff is up, and then make my way back on to red buff. Alright, so that's that cleared. can also look around here to see if there's any ganks available. Don't really want to gank bot, but coming up here I can get this Strip Scuttler, which will heal me up a little bit so I can clear Dragon with no worries. And that'll be all well and good. I'm also going to plant a ward up here just for if, like in a normal game, if the enemy were to try to challenge this Dragon take. So gonna hit him, he's gonna come up and stun. And so gonna try to minimize that stun by, you can minimize that stun by using your Q when it happens, or by sort of running away a little bit out of the range of it. So you can see at the bottom that my smite is doing 480, so I want to hit this about as close to 480 as possible. There you go. I'm also going to pop one of my potions, my refillable potions, and then I'm going to take red buff again. You want to always be using your buffs. Right, so what I killed was the Ocean Dragon, and each dragon gives a different bonus. So the Ocean Dragon gives a bit of healing over time. So good for some early sustain for your laners and your jungler, pretty much everyone. You always want to be getting the dragon buffs because they are very influential and they are permanent. So clear the bottom half of the jungle, then make my way back up to the top of the jungle. I have 30 seconds till blue buff, so I should be able to clear wolves and toads, and blue buff will be up after that. And I'm very healthy and have plenty of mana, so this should be a-okay. Right, so 8 seconds, so I can go take a toad. And there is that. Dodge the attack on blue buff. Right. So now I don't really have any good ganks, but I should be able to take Rift Herald like right here. So when you see Rift Herald, you want to always hit the purple eye on its back, because that'll do some fat damage. Got it there. And you want to clear this as quick as possible, so you always want to be hitting that purple eye looking thing. It's not really showing his back. There's a special attack, so you can dodge real easy, go into the backseat, that does like 1,000 damage. He's almost reaching 500, which is my smite range, so I smited him a bit prematurely, but still got it. Now I can also look at top, and hey, look, top is a free gank. This guy is very gankable. There you go. First kill, and I have... top is pretty clear. Might as well just spawn Rift Herald here. And push with the Rift Heralds a little bit. Right. So now Rift Herald's up, and I will back. Get some turret plating, maybe even clear this first turret. And so I have a minute 50 till dragon. And 2 minutes till red buff. So I want to just keep clearing like this at the moment. And while we're at this and we have this bit of downtime, I will talk about the plants in the jungle. So you might have noticed if you just walk around for a little bit, you will see a bunch of these little plants, and if you hover them, they'll tell you what they do. So first thing is, you will see some of the plants in the jungle, which are called, I think, honeycomb or honeyfruit or something like that. And if you tap on them, you right click on them, they will spawn a bunch of these little healy things, which will heal your health and mana for a little bit, which is pretty good. And also, looks like I can gank bot here. Right. So I want to use my R to speed myself up here. And bam. Right. So 47 seconds. So yeah, here it is, the honey fruit. And now I can also gank mid, it looks like, if I come up through here. Won't always be coming in from the back, so the champions have a hard time escaping. Use my spite on her so that I can clear a bit quicker. There you go. So I have 45 seconds till red buff is up. I'm just going to clear this Rift Scuttler here. Now keep in mind that after like your first clear, pretty much everything is up to what's in the moment. So 6 seconds till dragon, so I'm going to go get dragon. And apparently Moob is mid, whatever. Our bot team is clearing their bot team pretty handedly, it would seem. So anyway, dragon is up. So this is the stone dragon, mountain dragon, or whatever it's called. And this one provides a different buff. I think it has to do with help something. I don't entirely remember, actually. Right. Oh, I know, that's Cloud Dragon, my bad. So, plus ultimate cooldown, so that's pretty nice as well. Also, after you clear your second dragon, there will be a random sort of elemental, well, it's not random actually, it's dependent on the dragon that you cleared. It'll always be different from the first two dragons that you cleared. So what we got was the Inferno Drake, the Inferno Blazes. And what that does is, as you see there, around the buffs, it gets rid of a bunch of the mountain space. Makes the dragon a lot more open. There are different clears for each, or different jungle events for each dragon. The Stone Dragon will spawn some mountains when, which makes the jungle a bit harder to go around in. The Wind Dragon will create these little like wind circles around the jungle buff camps, which will make them, if you walk in that, it'll give you speed boost, so it makes going around the jungle a lot quicker. There's also the one called like the forest gives life, or the rift gives life, or some crap, for the water dragon, I believe it is, which will spawn a bunch more of the healing honey fruit in the jungle. Which, speaking of honey fruit, I have not yet finished talking about the types of vegetation within the rift. So, I already went over honey fruit, the healing one, and so here we have our other two types of fruits in the jungle. First up, on the top here, you have the Scryer's Bloom, which if you hit it, it'll go in the direction that you hit it. It'll spawn a bunch of these vision things, which can be very useful. You also have these red things here, which will blast you in the direction that you hit them. So that can be good for getting over walls, as you saw there. So looking at our mid laner here, could try to gank or just try to scare them off so our mid laner can get away. So use my smite to clear him. There you go. Right. Now, I have 40 seconds to Rift Herald respawn, so I can go and clear maybe bottom jungle. Just make my way back down here. Or I could back. Backing would probably be a better idea. Should have backed a few seconds ago, because I have about 3k gold stored up. Right. So now I can go and clear really just the entire jungle at this point. I can clear rocks into chickens, into Rift Heralds. I actually have 4 minutes to clear Rift Herald before Baron Nashor would respawn. So I don't have to be in that much of a rush. So I could pretty much clear the entire top jungle as well. And after your second clear, clearing the jungle should be a piece of cake, really. As you see there, I took basically no health damage. It's really only difficult to clear the jungle on your first and second go. Really just your first go, though. Also want to keep my eyes out for ganks, although all of the enemies are sort of pushed to their tower. So as a jungler, you want to be looking for lanes where the tower is pushed, your tower is pushed. So that way you can go in through like jungle or through the river and come in from behind so that the champions that are ganking have no real way of escaping. You want them to overextend themselves so you can punish them. However, since we are winning this, that's a bit hard to do, and that's just how it is sometimes. In a game like this, you might want to worry more about counter jungling, although there is no enemy jungler to speak of at this moment, so because this is a bot game. But if you were to counter jungle, then you'd really just be going into the enemy jungle and stealing their camps. Maybe leaving like one creep alive so it doesn't respawn until they clear it. And that can screw them over pretty hard as well, especially if you like clear their buffs. I don't know how I didn't get the purple eye thing there, but whatever. That's going to be second Rift Herald, and that's really all that you need to know. So Dragon's going to respawn in 18 seconds, so I can go down and clear Dragon after this, but I can also get this gank off in mid. Pop my ult to get some speed, and there you go. I can spawn Rift Herald here as well. And I can also go maybe try to gank bot coming through here. So if you see, if I come in through here, I should be able to come in right on this guy's rear and deal some big damage. Now, he got away, so that kind of sucks, but I can go and clear Dragon. And so, you see, so the two dragons that I killed, they both give their own buffs. So this one's going to be the Inferno Dragon. Now I don't have smite up for this, so this is a bit risky. If the enemy jungler were to be like up here, or if they could jump in, they could actually steal the dragon by smiting at low health. But there you go, I got Inferno Dragon, which gives plus 4% attack and ability power. So after this, I just go and clear like Grom or Krugs, then red buff, and clear the jungle again, and then go and do some more ganks, and that'd really be how the rest of the game would go. Push when I need to, and during the team fight, stop like sort of focusing on the jungle and more so just focus on you know, getting kills. Although clearing the jungle would become so quick at that point that I really don't need to worry about. Like I could still go through jungle and clear the camps on my way to places just because it's so quick on the clear. Like as you see now, already I'm clearing that in what, like 5 seconds. So very efficient. But anyway, that's really all that I wanted to say. And that's all that you should need to start jungling. So, hope this helps a little bit, and see you guys later.